We are now live! So hello everyone and welcome to the Geek Battle show here on the Improv Xstreamed YouTube channel as well as the Geek Battle YouTube channel. So make sure you smash the subscribe button wherever you're watching, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Extreme Improv, Geek Battle, Slam Jam, I don't mind where you're watching, just click that follow, like, subscribe, give us lots of comments, and it's always lovely to get some of those. But more importantly and most importantly, we're going to be discussing all kinds of things today, including the potential of Halo coming to the PlayStation and Nintendo Switch. They have started filming the new Supergirl movie, and there's apparently a new Star Trek out, which I haven't checked out yet, but the reviews do not look pretty. So with this, here come the intro credits. And there go the intro credits. Screw the StreamYard! I can't believe you do this to me. We'll try that one more time. Literally, okay, StreamYard, our ongoing feud and saga.
Another Twitter battle begins.
Yeah, like I logged onto this and it came up with a survey which I couldn't see how to close. So I was just like 0, 0, just like get it done with. And only 0 because it was nearest to the button next. I just wanted to like get it done. And then since then I had to reset up the green screen, I had to put on this, and now the intro credits. They've robbed them from me. One more try. Come on.
Welcome to the Geek Battle Zone. We discuss comics and puny minds are blown. We debate Marvel versus DC, Skeletor, X-Men, and Ron Weasley. Judge David slams down the gavel at cap dreams of Henry Cavill. It's a Geek Battle stream. Nerd rage as we assemble our Geek Avengers team. Welcome to the Geek Battle party. We are the Justice League and our Batman is Marty. Say Hitler's a Tim as movies are greenlit. Every movie that's already seen it. Xbox, Star Wars, and Star Riders. He-Man, Star Trek, and David loves spiders. We battle as Marvel and Disney look bleak, and we try to crown the Geek of the Week. It's the Geek Battle Show. Welcome to the Geek Battleground, where we use the Force and the One Ring is found. Cap is wrong about Resident Evil 6, and everyone watch out, 'cause oh shit is sick. Gerald and Tim and Diz will try to win at the Geek Battle quiz. David and Dave will confuse their crew as they dive in the TARDIS of Doctor Who. Watch out now, we're full of hot takes. Doug Courtney is garbage, but Red Dwarf is great. You love Sega, I love Nintendo, but in the Geek Battle, we are all friendos. Oh, it's a Geek Battle show. Oh, the Geek Battle show. It's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Geek Battle show.
Yes, so welcome to Geek Battle. Now, on the show tonight, we have Tim. Say hello to the people.
Hello to the people. I am Tim from North Kingstown, Rhode Island, and I'm Tim.
Good, excellent. No geek fact for us, Tim?
Oh, geek fact. Ooh, good one. No, I don't have a geek fact.
Don't worry. I'm not going to lie, I don't have one either. Capel Fave.
I know. I have one.
Okay,
actually.
come on then, Tim.
The guy who plays Amos on The Expanse also plays Captain Enoch in the Ahsoka series.
Ah, I have not seen.
And he served in the military.
So okay.
So, Amos is, yeah.
Well, it's as close to Andy as you can get. Is Amos. Right. Okay. Now, Capel Fave, say hello to the people.
Good evening, my latest victims. I mean, my audience. Anyways, I am in the land of mustaches and black and white, and I've seen Nosferatu, so I'm gonna keep up with the theme and give you a Warhammer vampire fact. So,
What
in
does
Warhammer
Warhammer have to do
40k,
with Nosferatu?
vampire.
Hang on, David. Let's see where he's going with this. I'm intrigued.
So in Warhammer 40k, there's like
I'm not
everything.
interested.
You have werewolf space marines, you have knight space marine, and there are vampire space marine called the Blood Angels. How vampiric they are? Well, the thing is, like, they do drink blood, and some of them goes like really far into it, like terrorists basically eat people. But the fact is that one of the things, the traits that they have as space marines is that, like, they are unusually very good looking. Like among all the space marines, the Blood Angels, they look like really cool and really like gothic vampires. And the thing is, when they are actually recruiting new people, they're probably one of the factions that they would recruit ugly people, like really hideous, deformed mutants even, and they would give them the gene seed, which is probably like the blood of Sanguinius and things. There's blood in everything in the Blood Angel, and then they become unusually hot. And if you look at the Warhammer 40k, the Sons of the Emperor, there are two faces that stand out. The Emperor and Sanguinius, who is the primordial father of the Blood Angels. Jesus and... Jesus is a vampire too, so anyways. So those are the Blood Angels, the vampires of the Warhammer 40k universe, and who are unusually handsome.
Okay, bonus point there, Cap. Dave, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people. My name is Dave MC here in Paris, France, and I've got a question with my geek fact. Would you believe me if I said that Doctor Who was investigated by MI5?
Well,
What?
it's so
Yes.
random. It's either just a weird lie or it has to be true, right? So,
It is true. It is true. So during John Pertwee's run, they did a series called The Sea Devils.
yeah.
And in that episode, it's mostly like to give Cap and Tim a little. No, it's a naval story. They do a lot of stuff with a lot of naval. Take place on naval bases, naval shit. Not that kind of naval. And in that, they have a submarine in there, and the BBC were contacted by MI5 because they were working on a top secret submarine design, and the BBC got the design exactly how it was that MI5 had designed it. So the way they fixed that was they just put a piece of a vacuum cleaner onto the submarine and said, "See, now it's not your design."
Wow. That's crazy. How did they...
mean-
what was their excuse for getting it right?
They just said, "Look, you copied our design. You have copied the design for a top secret thing that we've been building. How did you know that we've done this?"
Yeah, but how did they know?
I don't know. They didn't know. That's the thing. They didn't know.
Someone...
They just
It's the BBC, mate. Just go with it.
I have a hypothesis.
Okay, go on.
I have a hypothesis that when we're developing technologies, there are often maybe 2 or 3 streams of thought in different areas that are developing the same technology, and one's prevalent. So, like, I think it wasn't actually Alexander Graham Bell that was solely designing the light bulb. He had, like, a laboratory and a team. So there were, like, a lot of, like, minds that were working together on solving the same
Wait,
problem.
Graham Bell, he's the guy who did the telephone, right? Alexander Graham Bell.
I think
I thought it was
might have
television,
been-
actually. I was about to look it up.
Well,
He's a
it
very
probably
busy
was.
man.
I mean, is it Edison? Edison
I
is the guy with the light bulb?
Edison, yeah, Edison. Okay, so I'm gonna throw this theory out then, but I figure, never mind.
But yeah, it was just a coincidence. But MI5 was
Yeah.
suspicious that the BBC got the same design of a submarine that they were working on.
Yeah, it's
No,
like, there's
I think
gotta
Tim
be
is right.
more than just
Sometimes,
one
like-
brain work.
I think
Go
Tim
ahead.
is right. Like I think there's like stories with Edison and like Tesla and everything. There's a lot of the stuff like Edison stole from like I think Tesla was working for Edison, or they were both part of the same firm or something
Yeah.
like that.
Like
there are
Tesla
some so
and
like
Edison.
so yeah.
Go
I
ahead.
mean like both inventors could be like, or they're usually researchers. There's always a team, right? They're like developing an idea together, and then one guy sometimes takes all the credit and then forgets to cite everyone else. Those kind of stuff does happen, but there's also the theory like the technology that we have today is the technology that 10 years ago was in development, where top secret
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
And then projects go and leave, and then kind of one of the BBC designers could probably been part of like MI6, designing stuff, and after that he thought, I'm gonna work for TV. This project is never gonna get made, and then the MI6 knocks the door. We are making it. Why did you steal it?
It could also be just like people are creative. When you're doing sci-fi, you want a future look.
Yeah.
And if you're doing sci-fi from like a 10-year perspective, like 10 years ahead of our time, you're gonna take something that someone else might already be designing using the tech that's available. So it might not be that the science fiction guy had any information on what MI5 was developing, but his brain was in the same space and trying to create like a future tech model.
Yeah.
Or Doctor Who is real, and he decided to time travel back to make an autobiography series about himself
Yes.
with the real world technology that are developed in the future.
As long as he looks like Tom Baker, that's fine by me.
Yeah.
Maybe it is Tom Baker.
Do you know what? Like something though you said, Cap. The idea that they're obviously developing things that we won't get our hands on for like 10 years.
Yeah.
So at the moment, people have got like iPhone 24s and they've got like PlayStation 7s, and it's just not fair.
That's the thing with AI and stuff. Like the AI currently has been released is the AI that's like been in development for over a decade, and there are new stuff that are going on that like far more freakier that we're just not allowed to see anymore yet.
Yeah. Okay, good. So, guys, one of the things I wanted to say to you, we can quickly go over this because I don't know how interesting it will be, but they have released the Oscar nominations. Okay, so we'll do some bold predictions. We'll keep it to the most interesting categories. I'm going to start with Best Picture because, to be honest, we may not have heard of a lot of these films. I'll tell you what the nominations for Best Picture are. You can tell me which one you would go for, or if it's something that you would say deserves to win that isn't on the list, then you can explain why it's that. So, Best Picture. The nominations are Anora, The Brutalist, never heard of it, A Complete Unknown, that one to me is a complete unknown, Conclave, I did see, Dune Part 2, didn't watch it, Amelia Perez, what's that, Cap?
I've seen Dune Part 2.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, at least a couple of us have seen one film each so far. Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. Now...
Oh, Wicked's not going to win that.
Well, to be honest, like, it's the only...
Well, Dev's here. He's already seen the results, so he might inform us.
What
I
is this
can't
for?
read all these again. Hello, Dev. How you
Who
doing?
won the Oscars? Who won the Oscars, Dev? Tell us.
Which category?
Best
All of
picture.
them.
So, we were saying, like, how many of these have we seen? We expect you have seen all of them. But Anora, Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Nickel Boys, The Substance, and Wicked. Right? Which one do we think is going to win? Because it's the Oscars aren't going to happen. Is it for a couple of months? Is it a month and a half?
Yeah.
It feels a while away. Out of those, the best movie is The Substance. Easily.
No.
Yes.
I'm going for Dune.
How
I'm
many
going for
good butt
Dune.
shots are there in Dune Part 2, Cap?
No, it just says Zendaya naked.
Right. Okay.
Can I just... Oh, sorry.
Tim?
I saw only Dune 2, and I don't really. It's a good movie, but I don't know if I'd want to. I don't know if it deserves it. You know,
Yeah.
unless I see the other
Yeah,
movies,
it
I'm
was
like,
a
wow.
good movie in 2024. There were not a lot of good movies in 2024.
I'm
Hey.
just gonna spoil it. Emilia Perez wins.
Actually, I've never heard of that film. I'm not gonna lie. Never heard
It's
of it.
basically
That's why it's gonna win.
it's one of those movies that was made for Oscar bait. Like it was made to win the Oscars.
Well, I just want something about like, for me, it's either The Substance or Wicked. Between that lot, but if it was anything for 2024, it would have to be Sonic 3, baby. Right?
Booyah!
That is my best picture. Imagine that if suddenly that was the winner. Right?
I would like to give Mufasa the Razzie Awards.
Wow, have you seen Mufasa?
Yeah, I made a review about it, a comedy review about it.
Wow. Is it bad?
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
weirdly bad. It's in a sense like it's not like the Lion King bad where it's just like meh and why did you do this? Mufasa is kind of on a new section of bad. It's like weird bad.
Yeah.
Well,
Dave, if you want to
it's like they have a moment in it. It's we've answered questions that people have asked, like where did Rafiki get his stick? Where did Rafiki get his stick? He just picked it up.
No.
That's it. He just found a stick and picked it up. That's it.
Not everything needs an origin story. Yeah.
Ah.
the movie in itself is kind of oxymoronic because, like, again, this universe is the Lion King, and then we suddenly have the trailer. Oh, Mufasa is not from a royal bloodline. Okay, he's a lion, and if he survived childhood, he needs to have a father who has a territory and probably the king of that area. But no, he's from this nomadic tribe of lions.
Interesting.
He's
yeah,
not royal.
Ding.
Yeah, but you know, at the end he does become king, but he even is like, oh no, I'm not king. We are a democratic society now with other animals. You know the weird thing that they forgot? It's like the other animals only came for the celebration and don't give a fuck about them. Remember, they killed Simba. They bowed to him on the ceremony, but otherwise they didn't kill Simba. They tried to kill Simba. They killed Mufasa. What I'm saying is, like, the other animals only care for the celebration, but other than that,
They didn't
lions
kill
go to your own.
Mufasa. It was a
They stampede him. I mean, David, if you are stampeding and if you see the King of England, you'll be like, "Oh, guys, stop! Let's not kill him."
Wow.
Or would you do that?
I could be arrested in my answer
Would
that,
we?
actually. Right. Okay, so moving on from this. Okay, best director I'm going to skip because it's all the people... I've never heard of any of these names, and they all directed the same films we've just mentioned. Best actor, it can be whether we saw their performance or whatever. So we have Adrian Brody in The Brutalist. We have Timothy Chalamet in A Complete Unknown. Coleman Domingo, don't know who that is off the top of my head, in Sing Sing. Ralph Fiennes in Conclave, or Sebastian Stan in The Apprentice. Who do we want to see as the best actor or winner?
I want to see Adrian Brody.
Didn't
I
you
do
do
like
it
stuff
for The
that-
Pianist?
I think he did.
Yeah.
Maybe Dev can confirm that because I know Dev's knowledge of everything is like, wow.
Encyclopedic.
Yeah, that's the word.
What's the question?
See, look, you say this, he's watching like Yu-Gi-Oh or something right now. He wasn't paying attention at all. Right, it was.
That's usually what happens when I talk anyway.
He won best Oscar. Was it for The Pianist?
Someone's
Oh, you're typing. Look,
I'm on it right now.
This is already.
I don't think Sebastian Stan will win.
Okay. Anyone else? Who would you like to see win it?
Pianist, yeah. Adrian Brody won the best actor Oscar for The Pianist in
I
2002.
like Adrian Brody. So
Yeah.
especially in what was it, Predators?
Yes.
Oh God, no.
Yes.
What a film.
Oh.
Do you like my scratchy voice?
They're all here for a reason.
Christian, get off the set.
Yeah. What's he got? Oh yeah.
He's got a gun.
Where are the aliens? Where are the aliens? I'm Adrian Brody. Predators.
Are you Adrian Brody or are you Alec Baldwin?
Well, Alec Baldwin's muzzle.
Ooh, right.
Too soon? Too soon?
Who we got? Okay, best
Everyone's
actress.
alive here.
Cynthia Evo, so like Elphaba in Wicked. Carla Sophia Gascon in Amelia Perez.
Gaston.
Mikey Madison in Anora. Demi Moore in The Substance, 100% my pick. Or Fernanda Torres in I'm Still Here. Well, considering I've only known who two of them are, I'm going for Demi Moore. How many more chances is she going to get that best Oscar?
I'm going to go with Demi Moore as well.
Fine, look, I can already feel that we're dying here, so we might just move on. No one cares.
I
Best
mean, like,
animated
I
film.
mean, like,
Right, best
yes,
animated film.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
Go.
Okay.
Attack on Titan.
So the nominations are Flow, Inside Out 2, Memoir of a Snail. That's my pick, even though I have no idea what it is. I just love that title. Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Cobalt. Where is Sonic 3?
It's not an animated film.
Animated.
It's not an animated film.
Yes it is. Like in Sonic 1, the only animated character was Sonic. By the time you get to Sonic 3, there's Sonic, Knuckles, Tails, Shadow. It's like 3/4 of the film was animated.
That's got Jim Carrey in it, so it is animated.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna go for Inside Out 2. I've not seen the other films. I've seen The Vengeance Most Foul. It's okay. Yes, I have. but yeah, I'm gonna go for Inside Out 2. It's astonishingly a very good Pixar movie that is not so boring. So I'm gonna go for Inside Out 2.
Okay, Deb?
I'd like to give the Penguin the best actor Oscar.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Give Feathers the Oscar.
Oh, do you know what? When you said the Penguin, I was like Colin Farrell. I was like, that was a TV show. But yeah, Feathers McGraw. Okay,
No, give Feathers McGraw an Oscar.
Okay, so moving things on here. Cap, I believe you have seen Nosferatu. Do you want to give us your 2 cents?
Yes. So I just realized that the director guy uses the same color palette for every film that he's in. It's just gray, and then William Dafoe. That's his 2 expectation in every movie.
What else did he direct then? Gray and Willem Dafoe.
Like William Dafoe's in his most films. Like he was in Northman, and he was in like The Lighthouse, which I have not seen. I've only seen The Northman.
Yeah, I thought you'd say
I'm not really sure. So again, the color is the same. Like those old the other films. It's just gray and oddly sickly. I mean, like it's better than Twilight. I'll give you guys that. But other than that, I was just like, eh. I mean, Bram Stoker's the 90s film. The only flaw of that film is Keanu Reeves doing a British accent. But other than that, I find that film to be much better than this. Because at least the atmosphere in this is like really good. Like every shot from that Bram Stoker's Dracula movie is awesome to see. I mean, it's like a treat for your eyes. I've only done the other vampire films that I've only done that is like Castlevania the cartoon. Other than that, like this one is just there, like another horror movie. The Count Olaf is the same. I mean, like I didn't see a transformation, him like getting blood and then, yeah, like at least if he had the buck tooth, I would have been like, yeah, okay, that's a change. But, like, he's the same guy throughout the whole thing. It's better than Twilight. That's all I'm gonna give. Not worth the hype. It's not the hype.
No, I thought this was. I didn't think it was the best thing in the world, but I thought it was the best.
Yeah.
Dracula film, to be honest.
Yeah.
Nah, like David, have you seen Bram Stoker's Dracula, David?
Yeah.
Keanu's British accent is a hard thing to ignore, right?
Well, it's just like that film is fine, but I thought this was like this made things scarier, and I thought it was overall a better film than that. But that
I didn't really find this scary. Like it's so odd now to get scared of a vampire film, and like maybe we're just like drained out of vampire scareness.
Well, you found the Substance scary, didn't you?
Disgusting, yes, but like, but other than that, I would say that okay, I would give Substance the sound. The sound effects were scary. I like the sound, that bzzz sound that comes in like whenever they're about to take the substance. That was that made me feel me some tingles in my spine. So
I don't know.
Okay, tingles in my spine, David. Get your minds out of the gutter. So I'm gonna give like the sound is better in Substance than Nosferatu.
Yeah, no, I agree. I when I watched The Substance, I definitely felt a few tingles as well. But let's move things up, guys. Who else has seen things? Like I'll be honest, it's been a very busy week for me with the Extreme Improv Extreme World Championship having started last night, and so yeah, I haven't really seen or done anything this week to know very much. Dev.
So with the new Conan DLC for Mortal Kombat, 1,
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat have decided to continue their tradition of having CPU-only cameo fights they can access if you do a certain amount of moves, etc., etc. The newest secret character is a pink ninja called Floyd.
Yeah, I heard about
Floyd.
Yes,
Pink
I'll see if I can
Floyd.
bring it up. So
Pink Floyd.
It's Pink Floyd.
Um,
That's brilliant.
Thank you for connecting
Because
that.
back in Mortal Kombat 3, they had Rain, who was purple.
Yeah.
so
What are they going to do next? They're going to have a fighter who's a dancer. Oh, this is Michael. He's Jack's son.
yeah, that's good. That's good.
Wait, is that brown or pink?
That's definitely pink.
That's pink.
It's pink. But the intro is amazing. Basically, like, his fight intro is amazing. It basically goes through all the colors of every ninja and lands on pink.
But you know, Mortal Kombat though, it's always been fun because, like, from the very beginning, it's like toasty and stuff like this. So they always been willing just to put some fun stuff in there. So
Yeah.
I think that's cool.
I mean, it's now like the Mortal Kombat story is basically now crushing in its own weight. They have gone multiverses now, and they're tripling down.
Yeah. To be fair,
Yeah.
the last few Mortal Kombat games have been retellings of previous games. Like MK9 was MK1 and 3 retold. MK10 was 4 to 6 retold, etc., etc. And this one is a retelling of Armageddon.
Do you know the weirdest thing? I have never considered until this very moment that Mortal Kombat had a storyline. You just
You
manage
never
the
played.
button.
You
It's
never
got a
played
very,
the
very
campaign.
expensive one.
Fatality.
You never played. You never played the campaign, David. Like in any of it.
The campaign, like play Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
1. You just choose your character and then you fight. Once Shang Tsung is beaten, then you win. That's it.
Yeah. That's all you need.
I mean, okay, so I think I also played one Mortal Kombat game before Mortal Kombat 9. Again, it had a good story. Mortal Kombat X, I think, is still like my favorite. After 11, the story is just getting, but again, like I only got that game to play with my friends. I agree, but like, I mean, like when my friend's not around, I have to play, so I like the story in them. Stop.
Like, so my job, basically, in my friend group, was to keep track of the Mortal Kombat storyline, and it gets weird, really, really weird. And right now, they're doing a multiverse retelling of Armageddon, which was a massive battle royale in order to get like a wish from like Dragon Ball Z.
I just can't get into the idea like of ongoing storylines in fighting games.
Yep.
Like with
Yeah.
Street Fighter, I know like Street Fighter 6 or wherever they're up to. It's like Ryu and Ken are a little bit older. It's just like, well, they don't need to be. This could permanently be set in 1991. It wouldn't matter.
I think it's because, David, like everyone realized that not all of you have friends and you can't play multiplayer all the time. So here,
Yeah.
enjoy some story.
I think it also allows us to develop like a connection to those characters. Like if there's a storyline behind it,
Yeah.
you know?
No, I
So
totally
that-
agree.
so
I
much
just-
so-
it never occurred to me that there was a meaningful storyline. Because it's like,
So much
well,
so
hang
that,
on.
like-
say
Well, I wouldn't-
say you've got Street Fighter 2 and you play
Yep.
as Blanca and you defeat M. Bison. How does the story by Street Fighter 6? It's like, oh, remember when I defeated M. Bison in the Second World Warrior tournament? It's like, how does this go on? Because if, especially the later ones, they got like 30 characters.
Okay, so I can explain
which
this.
one is canon? Who won?
Every game picks like 4 endings that are canon and like builds around it.
How can there be 4 endings that are canon?
Basically, because for example, in Street Fighter 2, the actual winner is
Don't tell me. Go on. You're gonna break my heart.
the actual winner is Guile.
Guile.
Guile and Ryu, because they can both win because Ryu just wins and leaves, walks away. Guile wins and kills Bison. and like they do all this, like all of them can occur concurrently, basically.
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, is that
Yes.
what it's got?
Yeah,
He's Guile in the most impressive '90s Street Fighter movie.
yeah, best movie ever made.
Okay,
Nah.
so Street Fighter 1, I've got the list here, according to AI. But the canonical winner of the first Street Fighter game is Ryu.
Is right.
It has to be, because there's only him and Ken that are playable characters. Unless it was just that, in canon, you lose
It's
as a
Ryu,
player.
and it carries on because Sagat has a scar that he got at the end of Street Fighter 1 in Street Fighter 2.
Ooh, okay, Street Fighter 2, if this can be believed, and it is AI, it says unclear or contested. And it says Guile or Chun-Li may have contributed to M. Bison's defeat. And then it says Akuma, but surely not, because he was only added in it later. Never mind Street Fighter Alpha, no clear winner. Street Fighter 3, again, no tournament. Oh, God, aren't they going to tell us, like, who won? Alex! I don't even know who that is.
He's the
Alex
lion
is a
from
big,
Madagascar.
Yeah,
Hulk
exactly.
Hogan wannabe wrestler.
Dev, since I have seen Dragon Ball Umbridge, I'm gonna say the winner is Cell.
Yeah, okay, wow. There are
That's
canonical
perfect.
winners in Street Fighter games. I have no idea.
But
Okay, go on,
I
Ken.
also wanted to say that I saw like Castlevania Nocturne Season 2. Again, banger. Castlevania has been so far has not been disappointing. Only the fact that like I want to see Dracula more, but like he only came one season and he's just gone. But we know that he's still alive. I don't know when he's gonna come back. But so far, like it's so good. The show is so good. The animation's so good. Like, every fight scene is like incredibly well made. Story-wise, always fascinating. Like we go into like mythology and stuff. This time they went like Isis goddess and stuff like that. It's really interesting, Dave. Like I didn't think they're gonna stupefy it. I weirdly thought it's gonna be very stupid. But it turned out to be pretty cool. Season 2 is like very good. And again, the fight scenes are just like mwah, gorgeous. This is probably the most interesting vampire thing I've seen. Castlevania is probably the interesting vampire thing I've seen for like since forever, which is weird. Like, why are these like the writers and directors are not doing like live action vampire films?
Well, who knows? Like, I don't know. It's a tough old business. So to get.
Have
put
you
in a
seen Van
position-
Helsing?
What's that, Dad?
I have. It's awesome. I have. It's awesome, Dad.
Right, guys.
Yeah.
What else have we seen? Hit us with stuff, Dave.
I've been doing some looking into the Captain America, the new, so I say the Brave New World thing. It's not looking good. It's not looking good for Captain America. And like doing some thinking of that myself, like after reading things and like listening to other people, what I've thought is that I think this is a poor choice of film to do, because Captain America is quite a grounded character, and you're putting him against a powerhouse like the Hulk, for one thing, and we haven't had a Captain America movie since Civil War.
Yeah.
So and all these things that have happened in between, like Falcon and Winter Soldier, yeah, but he has that stupid speech about you got to do better. We have to do better. So, but I'm still adamant in my belief that I think that Winter Soldier should have taken the mantle of Captain America. Not saying that Sam Wilson isn't worthy for it. You know, I'm just saying that I think someone like the Winter Soldier trying to sort of taking that mantle and redeeming himself would be a much more compelling story, like him being not trusted in the eyes of the American government, as opposed to Sam Wilson,
Yeah,
might
I
have
mean,
worked better.
I think that's a fair point, because then it's like a redemption storyline. But you know, he killed Iron Man's parents, so how can he come back from it? Spoilers. But what I was going to say is the very idea that they have Captain America without powers fighting the Hulk. That's, I think, is going to be the thing where people think it doesn't work, perhaps. But I think there's stuff about, because obviously he's got the vibranium shield. If he's got like armor,
And the
he
suit
can fly.
and the vibranium suit. That's,
Yes, but I could have a lightsaber. That doesn't make me Darth Vader.
Okay.
I mean,
oh no, go on, Cap.
I think they're going to. I think they're probably gonna say like he's taking the super serum some way. I think that there's no way they can justify like him taking a punch from the Hulk, even with all like the protective gear. I think probably it's like either it's happened in the background or it's like it's gonna happen in this film where it's like takes the super serum. But even still, I remember seeing a fight with like Captain America trying to fight the Hulk. I mean, like the whole Avengers trying to fight the Hulk, and Captain America barely made it alive. Like at the end of the animated film, like he's in cast, and like if it weren't for like Thor or Betty coming in,
Okay.
he wouldn't have won.
What can Red Hulk do? Because
Red Hulk's powers are similar to that of the Hulk, except when he gets angrier and he gets hotter. So it's not his body overheats. He gets hot. So we're going to get a very sexy-looking Harrison Ford, like when he was in Indiana Jones or something. I don't know. But the Red Hulk's he overheats. His body gets hotter and hotter.
Wow, Dev.
So, about two things. First of all, during an interview, Sebastian Stan was asked, "Are we going to see you in the next new Captain America?" And he said, "Yeah, of course you are." It's like, shit, I meant Thunderbolts.
Ooh.
And my theory is,
He might
everybody
not know.
forgets that
Go on, Dev.
we're getting a returning character from Incredible Hulk. Everybody forgets we're getting the leader
Yeah, true.
in Brand New World.
Wait, he's in that now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird with Marvel at the moment, because didn't they just announce that some like guy who was like one of the bad guys at the beginning of Iron Man 1 is coming back in a movie as well?
I thought he died.
Yeah, just like one of like the bad guys when
No,
Iron
he
Man was in
did.
the cave.
In Spider-Man. He came back in Spider-Man.
Oh, is it? Oh, has he been back again? Right, but anyway, so yeah, they're bringing classic people
A
back.
random henchman from X-Men, from Iron Man 1, sorry, is in Spider-Man.
Homecoming.
No,
Oh
wait,
yeah.
no,
The guy who was being yelled at by Ironmonger.
Yeah. He was in like one of the Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And they're bringing in Samuel Stern, the Mr. Blue from Incredible Hulk, into Brand New World.
Yeah.
Because the post-credit scene of Incredible Hulk had the Hulk's blood drip into his like head skull
Yeah.
and give him the giant
And it
head.
started like bulging out, and he was
You know what,
smiling about it. Why would you do that, Tim?
You know what we asked?
Go on, Tim.
What feedback are they giving about the reviews for the new Captain America? I'd like to see it, but
I don't think it's out yet.
So-
I'm definitely seeing it.
So far, that test audiences have not been happy, and they've gone back so many times to reshoot scenes for this film as well. They spent a lot, like with Snow White as well, same problem. Audiences don't like it, and they're going back and spending millions more to do new scenes to try to get it right. But I feel like because we waited so long.
Sebastian Stan might be in this film, or he might not know. And I say that for a couple of reasons, because they have apparently remade this whole film from scratch a couple of times. Because like, WWE wrestler Seth Rollins was going to be in it, and then a few days ago he's like, "No, they cut my scenes and stuff like that," which must be gutting for him. But also, do you remember that thing a few years ago with like Pepper Potts? She was like she was on an interview, and they were like, "Yeah, and you were in one of the Spider-Man films." And she was like,
yes.
"No, I wasn't," even though she actually was, because she just turned up. Probably thought she was filming for the Avengers, and so Sebastian Stan, he probably just turns up. "Oh, I'm filming Bucky today. What's this for?" They're like, "We don't know," you know, and they'll use it.
Fulfilling contractual obligations.
Yeah.
The actor of like Falcon Captain America saying like I think they started shooting even before they finished the script. So like again, the start of it was like really freaky. Like I think Marvel tends to do that. They kind of get the fight scenes. They have like set fight scenes to film.
I think I know exactly what you're talking about, Cap, and that's because if you remember, there was the writers' strike, and I think they were trying to get everything they could do done, and he was just like, "There's no script," and there was like apparently this thing where he got quite upset on set, just being like, "What are we trying to achieve here? We don't have a script."
Yeah.
Could you
I'm not
imagine if there was like a
Improv.
miscommunication on that, like a mismatch? They say, hey, Cap, do you want some coffee? Sure. Fight scene, fight scene, fight scene, fight scene.
But yeah, like apparently they, like you say, they film the fight sequences, and then sometimes when they've had to go back and retool things, it's like, well, we've got this fight. What's the story to get us in and out of this fight? Because the fight sequences obviously are so elaborate, and cost so much to make, and I think that's the case with Daredevil. When's Daredevil starting back? Like,
Ooh, the trailer looks good. The trailer looks good, by the way.
yeah, let's see if I can bring it up.
Daredevil.
Yeah, I don't think it's very long at all, and they made half of it.
First
They
week of
got to
March.
the writers' strike. They looked at it. They were like, "This is shit," and so then they scrapped all of the story, started again. But if I remember at the time, they were like, "How can we retool so that like the fight sequences still count?" So
I think they actually really like toned Marvel down for this one. They kind of took a page from the Netflix show. From the looks of the trailer, I'm not really sure how the show's gonna look. But from the looks of the trailer, they feel like they just like, okay, we bring it back, boys, bring it back. Like enough with the silliness. Let's make some
bring it up
serious
here,
tone
we can
into it.
talk as we're looking at. Where's the shield? Where is the force field? Come on, there.
Isn't it up? I can.
Okay, good.
I see a force field.
Right, so
Are they going to even acknowledge that like Daredevil banged She-Hulk, or will they like, nope, it
no,
didn't
they're
happen?
gonna ignore that.
God,
So,
I hope they
saw
ignore
this
that.
actually, and isn't the idea that Kingpin, who got shot in the face by Echo, is now mayor or something?
Wouldn't be surprised. You know, these characters nowadays, they get stabbed in the heart and it come up with a scratch on the cheek.
Yeah, but like, so they're like,
I mean,
yeah.
like-
So look at that, look at that. He's a politician, and like the mayor who saves people.
You know, guys, who they did? Do you know where they steal this from? They steal this from Justice League Unlimited, where Lex Luthor decided to be president.
Well, to be honest, without getting into
That
real
wasn't
world
just in the show, Cap. That was in the
I was gonna
comics
say,
as
without
well.
Getting into real
Luther
world
does
politics,
it like every 2
I'd
weeks.
say the timing of this might be something else.
Yeah, but like I'm gonna point it out. I'm gonna still point it out, like Dave pointed out the comics reference.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's comics. This is not reality,
Yeah, but-
Cap.
Yeah, but like Dave, isn't it? I'm not really sure about the comics, but like in the show, like he's controlled by Brainiac and stuff. But like he kind of admits the reason why he runs for president to piss Superman off, like because like he kind of really ruined Superman's character by trying to like doing a smear campaign on him on
Yeah,
a
but
weird
Cap,
sense.
he
Like
also got
putting him.
cancer from kryptonite, so
Yeah.
Oh, Punisher.
Guys, yeah, the Punisher's in this. What's our thoughts on this? If we don't comment on it, then then it's not. Then we're just playing
Sorry.
the trailer, right?
I'm liking it.
It looks good.
Oh,
as
what
the
is that?
art.
Who's that supposed to be? Who's the guy in the white suit?
Tiger.
White Tiger's in this?
Looks like it.
It's
What?
gritty. It's dark. I'm looking forward to watching it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Definitely.
I
And it looks grounded. That's what I mean. It's like it's
Yeah.
nothing stupid. We're not
Yeah.
putting powerhouse heroes or powerhouse villains in. We've got vigilante against
March
criminal. It's grounded. It looks great.
Yeah,
They
so
just, like-
apparently, other than Deadpool and Wolverine, this is the most like adult-orientated show that or like anything that Marvel has done. So
I think they looked at it and just
I'm
went
gonna
like,
have to
okay,
have
guys,
no
Turn
worries, Tim.
the
As
dial.
always,
See you later, Tim.
hi, dude.
Have a good.
one.
I think. Don't worry, guys. The mustache will be remembered. For me. What am I saying? Like with Dead, I think that what they basically did is probably like the reason why they scrapped the first thing is like, oh no, more silliness. Shut up. Like, tone it back. Tone it back. I think that's probably the only comment that they had. If they had given that to new Captain America, probably because of the reshoots and stuff, maybe they go to Captain America and go, tone it down. Tone it down. Maybe if they do that, it'll probably end up looking better than it's looking out to be.
But it's like what Marvel's been doing is that they've gone too cartoony with most of this, and there is then
Yeah,
it's not just about story and such. It's mostly about story. It's where the tone of your story as well. If you're coming out with if they made Daredevil really cartoony, then that would be, oh, so it's a kids program, but they've got, you know, people getting decapitated in that. Oh, okay, so it's for adults. Well, no, you don't know who it's for. Who are you making this for? Who is Daredevil for? What's the tone?
Well, do you know, it's so interesting, and there's probably, you guys especially would probably be able to give some examples of what I'm about to say. But like, when you get big franchises that do things for a different demographic within the same franchise, I think that's really interesting. And the one I was about to say that did it was Doctor Who with Torchwood.
Yeah.
Now, for when that first started, it was interesting, but the longer it went on, like literally it just had graphic scenes of Captain Jack banging some guy by the third series. And I was like, but this is meant to be Doctor Who, right? And it's like, can you do this? Because like Deadpool and Wolverine, we will see if Deadpool or Wolverine, but especially Deadpool, appears in an Avengers film. And if they don't, then you'll say, okay, well they followed the same rule as what they did with the X-Men films, because the X-Men films, Deadpool never crossed back the other way. But if you're going to have it so that characters like Doctor Who, Captain Jack then re-emerged, it's like, you know, you're just saying F this and blowing someone's head off and stuff like that. It's like, then they're in a kid's show. It's a bit jarring, but maybe it can work. Right, Dev.
I just saw some breaking news just now. They just announced Ninja Gaiden 4.
They announced what?
Ninja Gaiden 4.
Oh wow. Okay. What's that? Xbox, PlayStation?
Yeah, PlayStation, Xbox, I think.
Okay.
Woo!
Oh, I have not ever gotten well. Those games are brutal.
And?
No.
Ugh, nah. I just need something easier in my life nowadays. But high
Like
quality
Resident
games,
Evil
but-
6?
Resident Evil 6 is not good. Get out.
Oh my god.
You haven't even played it. You can't judge it.
Oh, wait, I'm gonna sidestep for a second. David, do you remember last week when I said to Cap to give me a 3,000-word essay on why I should play Resident Evil 4 and not 3? Cap did do that, but he used ChatGPT, and I knew the minute he sent it to me. I was like, wait. I was like, that's ChatGPT. I was like, Cap, this is not a compelling argument.
Yeah.
The bullet points were mine. I just didn't write the whole thing.
Yeah, that's why I didn't read it, because I knew it was all AI. How can I believe you anymore, Cap?
You should have at least read the bullet points. Anyways, what was the thing? With the earliest David's point about like making things for multiple demographics. I think with superheroes in general, you have multiple genres. Like some are like noir, some are like very cartoony, and some some superheroes tend to be much more grounded. So it's a very good balance that they have to maintain. Even like in the Avengers, right? It's sometimes like the most silliest thing in the Avengers. I always say is like the guy with the bow and arrow. And he even made that quip on the second film. I'm a guy with a bow and arrow and the city is falling. He even made fun of that. But like, they did do their best to make the stakes count. And whenever they're like making jokes about it, they never go full on board like Deadpool does. And if they bring in like Deadpool like in the MCU, I say like, you are already ruined by some of the silliness. If you bring in Deadpool now, other than the fact, like, if Deadpool comes and kills off all the bad stuff that you did, don't bring him in, because, like, it's gonna make it even worse.
Yeah. Dev?
I'm just gonna say, you can make fun of Hawkeye all you want about saying he only has a bow and arrow and stuff. But remember, he's the only Avenger with multiple kills of humans.
Wait, is that true? Wait, Iron Man must have killed some people.
Yeah, like Captain America is in the World War II, for God's sakes. How many soldiers did he kill?
Okay, hang on, that's really interesting. So, has Hulk killed anyone?
No.
But
he probably trampled a lot of buildings.
If we're talking MCU Hulk, no.
MCU,
okay.
he fought Abomination through a city.
Yeah.
What?
That was
those
second
buildings got
film.
all evacuated?
Yes.
How many people
Power
did
Rangers.
Superman kill fighting General Zod? Like millions.
Ask Batman.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Right.
but like, But like, I think the Incredible. I'm not really sure how canon the Incredible Hulk is, because like, if Incredible Hulk
It is
canon,
It's canon now
It is
because
canon.
Samuel Stearns from Incredible
then
Hulk
why
is
is
in there.
Hulk is still a pussy? Like, the Incredible Hulk is not a pussy, guys. The MCU Hulk is the biggest downgrade of the Hulks you can think
Do you know
of.
what? I have the theory, and I've said this so many times now, it'll get boring. They should just say Edward Norton was the first one of the multiverse. And because, look, Abomination is in She-Hulk and that, and Shang-Chi, he's got like weird ears that aren't in the Edward Norton film. Edward Norton is not Mark Ruffalo. His woman isn't in the Avengers films at all. It's a different universe. Go on, Dev.
And he's a much better Hulk. He actually wins fights, and he doesn't cower, and also, he, like, even
So-
like in the end. Yeah, go Dev.
Officially, during What If, they have said that Incredible Hulk is canon, and they said just replace Edward Norton's Bruce Banner with Mark Ruffalo, and everything else is Incredible Hulk, because
Yeah,
they
like,
brought back Liv
I-
Tyler
I-
in What If.
Yeah, but
brought
that
back,
what if isn't our universe?
But they're using all the same actors from our universe. They brought back.
Not entirely. They didn't bring back Dave Bautista,
No.
and they definitely didn't have Downey Jr.
True.
That's why they killed him. That's why they killed
They
him in
did
every
bring
shot.
back-
Yeah, Robert Downey Jr. was in the Zombieverse. He just never spoke.
What's up with this? Guys, is
They
my
did bring back,
microphone alright? It keeps literally
Tim
turning
Roth.
down on its own.
Liv Tyler and the guy who plays Samuel Stern.
Got like 3 knots.
Your mic sounds fine to me. mate.
Okay, it keeps turning down on its own.
Oh,
no.
it does it
Look,
really?
it's on now. How is it
How
doing
did it-
this?
I wish I knew.
So now it might be really loud and scratchy, and it's instantly gone down
Yeah.
to 3. Do I have to get a new mic? These things are so expensive. I hate my life.
This just in, David needs a new microphone.
I do. Okay.
But to point out, like, the Incredible Hulk is a much better Hulk than Ruffalo's Hulk. I never liked the design, Mark Ruffalo's Hulk, even in the Avengers 1, like, with, like, the family pack and everything. No, like, if they can, like, if they're saying, like, Incredible Hulk is Hulk, animated back to the awesome Incredible Hulk, like, that is one of my favorite Hulk designs. And if they're making it canon, I want it back.
Yeah. Well, yeah, no, I want Edward Norton. Like, apparently there was some rumour that he would be in She-Hulk. That would have been, like, interesting, just like, oh, they mended that bridge, but She-Hulk was such a dumpster fire, it's probably better that it didn't happen.
I can still see it from here.
Well, yeah, exactly. I can still taste it. It was awful. Right.
It's right
I
there
do
next to the
remember-
acolyte. The
Daredevil
acolyte's
can
burning
still
it.
taste it, if you feel me. Right, okay, so... Now, guys, is there
There is no
anything...
drink to wash that.
Is there anything else that we need to go over? Just because we can go for a few more minutes, but because I've got the World Championship show coming up in about an hour, I need to have a gap in between just to take care of a couple of things. So let's start to think wrap up. But if there are important things we need to go over, let's do this thing.
The only thing I have, like, 2024 is really a meh year for movies. Isn't it weird, like, okay, you guys might have more experience than this, like, when, like, usually the Oscars come, do you probably know, like, at least 5 of the films that's, like, selected for the categories? You might go, like, yeah, I know that film, or, like, is it
Maybe.
always been, like...
It feels less and less in recent years. Less and less.
Yeah, that's the thing, like... I think the last one probably I remember is like when like Neil Patrick Harris was like hosting. That's the only. And even there's at least the animated films I know. In this one, like there's only 2 films I know. It's Vengeance Most Foul and like Inside Out 2, and Dune. But
You know the substance.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I do. I just refuse to acknowledge it. Sorry. It's actually a good film. It's a good film, David. It's a good film. It's just like Batman Beyond did it better.
And apparently Nosferatu has got best cinematography category as well.
What? Can you just have it as like Robert Eggers category because like it's basically the same thing.
Probably.
Like David, if you can pull images, like I think on the Geek Chat you can see, is like all his films look at the same thing. It's great. That's the cinematography. Oh, how amazing!
Yeah. Well, I'll see what I can
If
grab.
you-
Guys, something else I wanted to bring up. Apparently, I don't know if it's out yet, but apparently there's a new Star Trek film which might be straight onto Paramount Plus called Star
Eh?
Trek Section 31, and it's instantly got like awful reviews. And so, like IGN Internet Gaming Network, they gave it a 2 out of 10, and then one
Wow.
review here, which is Den of Geek, said Section 31 feels more like a game of Fortnite with Star Trek skins than a feature-length continuation of the beloved franchise.
Wow.
That's really rough. I almost.
I mean, like with IGN's track record, I wouldn't be surprised if it actually turned out to be a good one. Because like IGN did say, Dragon Age Veilguard is the amazing thing that ever.
I wonder what IGN gave Last Jedi.
Oh,
Let's
I
find out
say
now.
no,
Yeah.
The Acolyte. Look at the Acolyte.
Okay, well, hang on. Let's find out what it gave Last Jedi
Then
first.
we,
What
yeah,
did
then we can
IGN
judge its quality.
score The Last Jedi. Okay, The Last Jedi. He gave it. Wait for it. It's loading.
Am I gonna...
9.4 out of 10.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, what about the Acolyte? What about the
Acolyte.
Acolyte? However you spell
I
it.
think you ain't got it, but no rage.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, I have got it.
No.
Nerd rage!
So apparently they gave the Acolyte a 6 out of 10. It's not 9.4. Yeah, well, maybe it doesn't even deserve. Well, from what I understand, it may not deserve very much.
In fact, if you take that 6, move it a little bit to the right,
I see what
and
you're
put,
saying. You take that
and put a
6,
0 next
turn
to
it
it.
around, and boom, 9.
No. I say move the 6 over, put a decimal point in between, then put a 0 in it, or just bend it. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Okay, let's just say a recent one. Like David, check this score they gave for Mufasa, and we can know, like, we can trust
Okay,
this
yeah,
score
good
for
fact.
stuff.
What about Mufasa?
That's
How the hell does it spell? Mufasa. Can't spell for shit. They need to have like real names for these things. So what about Mufasa? And it's going to say to me, 8.5 out
Mufasa
of
is a
10.
real name. Dude.
8.5.
What?
Yeah, apparently so. Hang
What?
on, what about the substance? What about the
What
substance?
kind of what if parallel shitty dimension are we in right now?
It's where Disney pays IGN, Dave.
They gave the substance 8 out of 10 as well. So Mufasa and the substance pretty much on par with each other.
Oh my god, Dave ruined your movie by making it close to
They
Mufasa.
reviewed it in May. How did they do that? Was it at Sundance? Like, how'd they review it like 6 months before it came out? Okay, yeah, but apparently everything here, section 31, is not a good. It's not good.
Star Trek's had a pretty down record anyway lately, hasn't it? Like Discovery, I don't know what the rest of Discovery's like, but I heard really bad stuff about it.
So what is there? There's Discovery. There was the cartoon one, Lower Decks, which you watch it and it feels like you're watching Futurama that isn't funny. It's like Futurama. It doesn't.
So
feel
wait,
like
you're
Star
watching
Trek.
Futurama?
Sorry.
So what you're saying is we're watching Futurama.
No, Futurama is really funny. Not every episode is. Like the first season, I have a theory about like a lot of these adult cartoons and stuff like that. You watch the first series of The Simpsons, and it's really rough. You watch the first like season of Family Guy, it's dog shit, right? You watch the first season of Futurama, only like the first episode's not bad, and then like the last episode, like the one with the devil in, that's pretty good. But so many episodes along the way, like the one called I Roommate, it's just so flat, it sucks. And you see in the first 2 or 3 episodes of Futurama, they try to get over a catchphrase for Farnsworth, in the first episode, it's like, we should go on a mission. He goes, well, I am already in my pajamas, and it was a bit of a shitty line. And then he says it, and it's like, this isn't a catchphrase, right? But anyway, they got a lot better. As soon as they realised that Zoidberg was the shit, it was great. Oh no, I've knocked my mouse down.
What I liked about Lower Decks is, spoilers, the very last episode made every single timeline canon.
Wait, when you say made every timeline canon, what do you mean?
Explain.
It's like multiverse.
Well, isn't Star Trek already a multiverse? Because like the Kelvin time.
But they had a multiverse crossover like event in a second to last episode of the series.
Right. Okay.
They're,
I
like,
do
now
have to
everything's canon.
Isn't there
I
a
do
comic
have
of
to
Star Trek that crosses over with Doctor Who?
No, it doesn't exist. It never happened.
Baby, it's now.
It never happened. Stop it.
I do have a question for you guys. Like, like I have nothing in common with Star Trek. Like, the
Oh, you
only
do,
thing
Cap.
problem-
You've got a few things in common with Star Trek.
No, it's like saying like for like the late '90s generation, like the Star Trek is actually a thing for us. Because like the only thing Star Trek related, I think, is like other shows parodying it, or like the movie with Tim Allen. That's the only Star Trek thing I've actually seen. Other than that, I just know the memes. Otherwise, I don't know
Yeah, you're right.
anything about Star Trek.
Wow.
Did it get like? Is it one of Star Trek is gonna be one of the things that like again are gonna be forgotten, like the ancient Buck Rogers and stuff like that? Is Star Trek gonna fade away?
Star Trek
No.
will never fade away.
Never.
Because literally the original series has never lost its popularity ever, and the next generation has never lost its popularity, and you could say people don't speak about the direct continuations of that being like Deep Space Nine and Voyager, but because they were just an extension of the next generation, it just means that there's all this stuff. Some of what's come in the last few years will be kind of swept under the rug, though. Dev.
Because like,
Okay, my comment, my answer to Cap is, Star Trek is better dubbed instead of subbed.
what?
Better dubbed than it is subbed. For whatever audience is watching, we need to add context to that. A couple of days ago, on our group chat, Capithave wanted to present us with a poll about, here's one video clip, what is this better with subtitles or is it better dubbed? And for whatever reason, and I apologise to you, Cap, I genuinely do, there was a weird feeling in the air, clearly, because Cap was like, wait guys, my internet is slow, I can't upload it. And there was all this random shit that kept coming out for ages. And Cap in the end was like, I hate you guys.
because here's the thing, like you guys are agreeing with me.
Yeah,
The
that was
weirdest
the bit
feeling
we
of
didn't
that
even wait to find out. You were like, no guys,
Yeah, the
we were
weird-
like, it's dubbed every time. And you're like, in the end, you're like, no, I think it's dubbed as well.
And then somehow,
before I did the poll, I had like a huge argument with a friend. Is like dubs actually good or not? And like one of the things that I always say, like I think her point of view is that like the older animes when they were like coming to the West, it was usually guys in like their home garages doing dubs, and most of the time it did not make sense. Like she's seen that, that's why like she always say dub is cringe, and then there's to that with weaves and everything. When I started watching anime, it was probably like in like 2012 to 15 at that time. So like at that time, dubs are done professionally, and when I did the show clip that I showed is a show that I actually watched a little bit of the sub because the new episodes came out and I couldn't really wait for the dub, so I checked the new episode out, and I felt like it was really meh. Even the subtitles really didn't sound. I mean, like here, look at it. It's not written as well as the dubs, and I thought the dubs were very good. Now, I had this like huge argument with that. Like I was like, you know what? I'm gonna leave it to the professional. I'm going on Geek Battle, Assholes, don't even make me finish it when they're like, okay, now
I'm not apologising.
I do
That's so funny,
appreciate-
though, 'cause we end
I
up
do
speaking
appreciate
about, like,
Dev's-
regs and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that was me.
You know, it was
I
a
do-
real.
I do appreciate Dev's comment about like him preferring like his dialogue being in dub and his hentai being in sub. So like I prefer that response. At least I can send that to my friend and say, "Ha, this is an opinion from a professional."
Yeah. Okay, Dev, then Dave, and then we're gonna have to begin to wrap things up. I'm afraid, Dev.
So funny story about that. There was an interesting situation where in Japan, there are people in Japan that prefer King of the Hill in the original English dub than the Japanese dubs.
But King of the Hill sucks. Right. I don't know. Well, yeah, I can't explain that, but well, actually, I can. Right. In what country do you say Japan?
Yeah.
Well, they speak English. It's only the English people that don't speak something else. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, but, like,
Hello.
yeah, you live in France.
mean, like-
You have to because you got married, right? It doesn't count otherwise.
I also like to point like a lot of the animated show. I mean, like even Japan. Like it's not just a shit on Japan. Like Japan really loves some Indian Tamil movie called Muthu, I think, which is a very bad memeable film. But like Japan loves the shit out of it, and I realized a lot of the Indian tropes in Indian cinema and Japan's anime as well. There are like very few good quality anime that actually has like really deep and in-depth story and stuff. Most of them are like trope-wise, and some of the dialogues are really bad. And it doesn't like it's not because it's not because of the dub. It's because wait, what is David saying? Can you guys hear me? I don't know why.
I don't know, Cap.
Hang on, I've got a setting, automatically adjust mic volume. God damn it. So that's taken. God damn. Okay, let's hope that doesn't do it now. I think it still is. I'm gonna have to get a new mic.
Yeah,
Sucks balls. Sucks. Right.
See, you guys are ruining it again. Well, I'm making
I didn't mean to.
He's always having a rage, I think.
I didn't mean to. I apologise.
No, it's just like that's what I'm saying. Like a lot of the dialogue is really bad.
Yeah.
Even like in Japanese, writing is sometimes really bad. And I think now the dubs are done professionally. That like when the Western people get it, they're like, oh, you know what? Like in the subtitle, they actually an ancient samurai talks about I face a rookie. Yeah, ancient samurai gonna say that line. So
Yeah.
they probably like, you know what? We done Shakespeare. We know how to sound old. We're just gonna edit the dialogue and make it sound better, and it does. It sounds way much better. So I think right now, I'm not gonna say all the dubs, but right now, most of the things are done professionally. I think they either sometimes surpass that if the writing is already bad, but otherwise they do a very decent enough job.
Okay, Dave, take us home on this one.
I'm gonna throw my 10 cents in the ring here. In that, I prefer watching Godzilla movies in sub than dub. In that, and Cap, if you remember when we did our, when I showed you those classic Godzilla clips, and I showed you little baby Godzilla speaking in that voice.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that in Japanese he sounds better because that movie was garbage anyway. But I prefer watching them in sub than dub because in the dub versions, like especially in King Kong versus Godzilla, they cut a lot of the footage that the Japanese version had. They added new scenes into it that just had people explaining what was going on, and then they added music from their classic films like The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I remember one of the good explanation, Dave, was like when King Kong gets struck by lightning. Like, King Kong has been struck by lightning. He's getting stronger. What? Yes, lightning gives him strength. I remember that line vividly.
That was just like, oh no, but it's like, but even in the scenes in King Kong versus Godzilla where they have English actors speaking English, there's nothing wrong with it, and the Americans dubbed over the English people talking English.
Probably because they'd have to pay them. I bet. Right. one thought I'll say on this, and then I'll come to you, Dev, and then we're going to have to really wrap things, right? I've said this before, but it's worth saying again. When I've been to Poland a couple of times, you'll watch an English language film, and it'll be dubbed into Polish. Dubbed, but they only hire one guy to do it. And so, say it's Harry Potter, and here's Harry and here's Hermione, and Harry will say whatever, and he'll just be like, "When are we going to go there, Hermione?" And then Hermione is clearly speaking, "I don't know, Harry. When are we going to get?" And it's the same voice. They hire one person just to read the lines of everyone. Go on, Dev, take us home.
See, I would love to watch Godzilla subbed on one condition. If they subbed what Godzilla's roars are into English.
Oh no, wait, I've got a perfect film for you, Dev. Watch Godzilla vs. Gigan dubbed.
Jesus Christ.
Watch it dubbed. I implore you, Cap, if you can remember. Well, Dev, we'll go watch Cap reacting to it. It's still on my YouTube channel. But watch Godzilla vs. Gigan dubbed because Godzilla speaks.
Ew. Right,
This
and
is
on that
too
note.
stupid to make up.
Okay, on that note, we are going to have to wrap things. So, Dave, where can the people find you?
Well, you can find me here on Extreme Improv on various shows, and check out my YouTube channel, Dave MC Gaming, where I'm now doing live streams on YouTube as well. I've not moved over from Twitch, I'm doing it on YouTube now, where we've got a series coming out on Saturday. We have Here Comes Jack. Thank you to everyone who voted on the polls on my YouTube channel and on my Discord server as well. And we have the Ark Survival series. We have Resident Evil 2, which is still ongoing at the moment. I'm going to have to go back and redo Resident Evil 2 with Claire, because lots of technical problems, but please go and check out my YouTube channel and my Discord and my gaming shop as well.
Okay, Dev.
You can find me on TikTok and Twitch on the name FWDT, and my geek recommendation for this week is Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, which just came out 20 minutes ago, is a remaster of Ninja Gaiden 2 that's really much harder than the original.
Wow, so didn't Ninja Gaiden 2 Black release back on the original Xbox or the
This is the
or
remaster.
the Wii U? Yeah, but Ninja Gaiden Black already came out years ago.
No, but Ninja Gaiden 2 Black is
Ninja Gaiden
it's a new
2
game.
Black. I see what you mean. Right, Cap.
You can find me on Sweat Beats, where I sing, I dance, I throw myself in a bucket, and I work with puppets. And there's a review sketch about Mufasa. David, go check it out.
I will do. I will.
And other than that, there's going to be a new sketch about the Jungle Books coming in this Sunday, and you can also find me on Dave MC's Resident Evil comment section. And other than that, you can find me on Xstreamed on numerous shows.
Okay, fantastic. I'm David Pstansky. You find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at David Pstansky. And smash the subscribe button wherever you're watching this show. Coming up later tonight, if you're watching this live, is the Extreme Improv Xstreamed World Championship 2025, and it is quarterfinal number 2. So see how that goes. And with that, until next time, sleep tight, everyone. Bye for now. Bye.